More than 50% of India's population is below the age of 25, and more than 65% is below the age of 35. Today, on National Youth Day, we speak to 17-year-old Kashvi Jindal, who is breaking barriers and not only exploring the world of business, but also offering a platform that offers financial literacy to the underprivileged. She is the founder of Invest the Change. Thank you, Kashvi, for joining us on National Youth Day. And of course, I'd like to begin by asking you who or what inspired you, and when did you really decide to start Invest the Change?
So, I started Invest the Change. Firstly, thank you for having me here. To talk a little bit about Invest the Change, it started towards the end of 2021. In the beginning of 2022, basically, there was the death of a housekeeping staff member within my society, after which his family was going into immense financial distress, and everybody in society started crowdfunding. While I thought that it was a beautiful solution to like support the family, I also did realize that it wasn't very sustainable. It didn't make the family independent. It didn't give them an opportunity to handle their finances on their own. They had to be dependent on the crowdfunders. So I started looking for alternative solutions, and when I started researching, I came across a pattern that post COVID, there had been a surge in medical emergencies. People were being forced to channel their savings towards medical emergencies and hence going into debt traps. I started looking for solutions for this. And of course, the first solution that comes up is insurance. But private insurance, as we all know, is super expensive and not really affordable by the majority in India. I started looking for other alternatives and came across various government insurance schemes that are super affordable, even going up to a premium of just 20 rupees per year, that can be availed by the majority population in India. And that's how Invest the Change was born.
All right, and who did you really have discussions with first about Invest the Change?
I think that like when I was just ideating the project and looking and doing my research and looking for alternatives, I think the person I really talked to about was my father. I think because he is in the same field in finance and growing up, we've had a lot of discussions regarding economics, finance, etc. Naturally, he was the one I went to talk about this and get his guidance regarding the same. And after getting his mentorship and getting his ideas regarding the same, we started Invest the Change. I think he's been like a really huge help throughout the whole process.
Oh, lovely. You began discussions at the age of 15 or even younger on this project and platform?
So on this project, yes, it was around the age of 15, but when it comes to finance and economics, I've been interested in the subject like ever since I was maybe 10 or 8 or 9 or something like that.
So it's really stemming when you were, as young as that. But, did you
Yeah.
at some point think that, look, if other children are playing around and, some of them have extracurricular activities? Did you at some point think that, look, why am I, investing so much of my time and energy on this right now? I can do it later.
I thought that it was more um, like it was very urgent, and because it was something that I enjoyed doing, I enjoyed conducting discussions, I enjoyed helping out clear out the queries of the people, as well as seeing the relief on their faces after getting to know about such schemes. I think it just made everything worth it. Plus, I think I created a schedule for myself that allowed me to do other things and also get everything else done at the same time. So I think scheduling things for myself as well as getting that support from my friends and family and just seeing the people really benefit from the sessions made it all worth it.
So, Kashvi, during this journey, what was the toughest experience that you witnessed? You did mention during the pandemic, you witnessed quite a few heartening stories. So, anything that you felt was really tough for you, even though you really wanted to bring change, what were the challenges that you faced during that time?
Sure. So I think a few challenges that we face in the project were firstly, people are often hesitant. They're like, why are you selling us? Like they think that I'm the one to sell insurance to them, that if they invest the money in some way or the other, the money is gonna go to me. So to build that trust factor as well as the fact that I am just 17, to make them realize that whatever I'm saying is authentic, is legitimate, can be verified, and I'm only here to help them and not take any money from them, to bring that trust factor, to ensure to make them realize that these are the steps to be followed, and this will actually help you. So I think building that trust factor and instilling that confidence in them was super, super important, and I think very challenging in the beginning.
All right, your message to others your age who are sort of hesitant, who of course have ideas like you said, and are sort of hesitant to take them forward. Your message to all of them.
I think my message would firstly be that if you want to get something started, I know it can be like super overwhelming at the start because you don't know where to begin from. But I would say that like just plan it out and take the first step. I think the first step is the scariest. After you've taken that, it becomes much easier, as well as that like to realize that there is no amount of work or effort that you're doing that is too little. Even if you're doing just like some amount of work, it's better than doing nothing. So just take that step and get help, get guidance, and go ahead. I think that would be my message, as well as like focus on something that you're truly passionate about so that you're able to work towards it without feeling any sort of like under if you without feeling like you're working, like you're doing something that you just have to do for the sake of it, but rather doing it because you're so passionate and interested in it.
All right, so just go for your calling, really. That's the message from you on National Youth Day. I'd also like to end by
Absolutely.
asking you your future plans for Invest the Change, expansion plans, as it were, if you could enlighten our viewers on that.
Sure. So for Invest the Change, I'm really looking at harnessing technology and looking at the intersection between entertainment and education, edutainment as we call it, and harnessing how I can spread financial literacy through edutainment, whether it's creating short animated videos, podcasts, or anything that people would like to engage with in a more interesting way, as well as trying to understand that for sustainable growth, there needs to be something that people are voluntarily, willingly willing to like read about or understand. So I think harnessing that intersection of entertainment and education is super important, and I think would be really brilliant for Invest the Change.
All right, all the best to many more milestones. And thank you for inspiring so many among you on National Youth Day and joining us for this interaction.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed being here.